welcome back to You're Doing It Wrong. Today we're talking food storage hacks because they're fun, they're handy, and they make you feel like you know what you're doing. Okay, so your sugar turned into one big brick again. Your guacamole went brown even though you definitely put lime in there. That cheese you bought 3 days ago, it tastes a little funky, but not in a good way. Did your herbs go limp overnight? Your fruit isn't quite ripe yet, but you want to make a smoothie in the morning? There's cake left over, but it gets all crumbly and dry overnight? There's a hack for all of it. So let's get into it. If you leave your sugar in the package that you bought it in, you're doing it wrong. Humidity can do a real number on your sugar. Just the tiniest little bit of moisture can solidify your entire supply. So here we have 2 examples of sugar from the same batch. This one was kept in its container, and this one was put in an airtight container with a marshmallow. You hear the difference? So next time you buy some sugar, take it out of its packaging, put it in a jar, in a sugar bowl, whatever you have, and pop a few marshmallows in there. Seal it up, and it won't clump up anymore. So you made your famous guacamole, and there's lime in the recipe, and you covered it, and you put it in the fridge, but still the next day, your guacamole's brown. So before you store your guacamole, squeeze lime juice on top, and don't stir it in. Then take your plastic wrap the guacamole, but don't leave any space between the plastic wrap and the guacamole. Your guacamole turns brown because it oxidizes. By blocking out all of the air, you're slowing down the oxidation process. Next up is cheese. I think we've all been there. We get a really nice block of pecorino or something from the grocery store. We unwrap it, we use it, and then wrap it back up in the same plastic that we bought it in. And then a few days later, you go to use the same block of cheese and it kind of tastes like plastic. Ditch the plastic wrap that you bought it in. Wrap it up in parchment paper or wax paper and put it in a Ziploc bag. This way, you're not suffocating your cheese. It has room to breathe, but the plastic bag is gonna ensure that it doesn't dry out. Next up, we have fresh herbs. They usually wilt pretty quickly, but there's a way to store them so that they could last for much longer. Here's how you keep them fresh. When you bring your herbs home, trim the stems, wash them thoroughly, and then wrap them in a damp paper towel. Once they're rolled, put them back in the plastic bag you bought them in, and put them in the fridge, and it'll last for a pretty long time. Oftentimes, I go to the grocery store to get fruit that I want to eat the next morning. But the bananas are green, and the mangoes and the avocados are all super hard, and I don't want to wait. Next time that happens to you, get a handy brown paper bag and place your fruit inside. This will speed up your fruit ripening process, I promise. As delicious and moist as that cake at your birthday party may have been, the next day it usually gets pretty dry and crumbly. Sneak a couple slices of bread in there. The bread is gonna help keep your cake fresh. So there you go, 6 super easy ways to get just a little bit smarter about food storage. Now, you are definitely doing it right. That's good cake. That's moist cake. Well, you made it this far. You may as well like, comment, and subscribe.